That's great.
Why is there so much more of you than me?
Dude, I swear to God, this camera, at night, it does like the...
I'm all up on my shit now.
What's going on, everybody?
Very uncomfortable.
Welcome to live. Oh, you hit record this time. Nice job. I had to hit record last episode. I'm surprised you did, actually.
Bro.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Live on Two Wheels, Season 3, Episode 2, baby! Woo! Guys, your weekly motorcycle live show.
It's also a shit show.
It's also a shit show every single week. I am your host, Chase. This is my buddy, Beau. And Beau is at his wits' end, as per usual, on Thursday afternoons. Guys, we have a super...
I don't know how much energy it would take to snap a computer in half, but I'm willing to try.
As long as we can live show it.
Yeah, well, it's the stream PC. So.
It would be funny for you to snap. It just
goes dark.
It's all fun and games until he succeeds.
Yep.
And then the stream just goes down.
Nice.
So, guys, this is your weekly motorcycle live show brought to you here on YouTube and also available as a podcast on all the podcasting platforms. This week, we are talking about Kawasaki's new ZX-4RR. We're going to get super into it. I'm really excited. I got a lot of feelings about this motorcycle, so we'll get to it whenever we get to it. But like I said, wait, what are you doing?
He's like, like I said, I don't know what I said.
No, when you start moving dials, I'm like, uh-oh, something's happening. So, guys, before we get started, this is a live show. We are live. You guys can watch this after the fact on the Live on Two Wheels YouTube channel that you're watching it here on. So, if you miss it live and you don't want to watch the video stuff, we are also available as a podcast. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the good podcasting stuff. And to start it off, to show you guys that we love you a very long time, I am going to read a review from over on Apple Podcasts. And if you guys leave a review and I read it live on the show, this could all be yours. The super awesome Live on Two Wheels decal. Boom. We don't sell them. We only give them away for you guys that do the reviews. So while Beau fixes stuff, I'm going to read a review. But if I could get some custom music. I'm ready. The things we do for a sticker. ... 5 stars by a man at his desk. Wow, props. I was reading through the all right, restart and go. I was riding through the woods a year ago, just chilling and dodging these big baby head boulders embedded in the road. I probably read that wrong. It's okay. I was going through a rough time, and I figured I need to just focus on the things I liked doing. So I searched for some motorcycle podcasts, and this one came up. This podcast sometimes seems as hectic as my own life. And I am glad that I ain't alone. It's also reassuring to know that Chase will read Spooky Wagons, whatever you write. God bless.
Oh my God! He got you in the
Even a
review.
Fucking review gets me now.
No!
Damn it!
Oh my fucking
Okay,
Lord.
for one, the title is The Things We Do for a Sticker.
Yeah.
The name, a man at his desk. And then the troll of me reading shit.
Oh man.
Mr. A Man at his desk, you deserve every bit of this decal.
Jesus.
That one was great.
That might be the best review we've ever had.
Bro, we need more of those. I love that so
you got to be careful because then we infect it. So here's what. Okay.
Oh yeah, don't leave a review.
If any of you have ever watched a guy by the name of Real Civil Engineer, he was a civil engineer for years. Now he does Let's Plays of video games.
Of course he does.
And he does a bridge building game called Polybridge, and you can see the leaderboard. And at the end of the leaderboard, people have started drawing what he calls the most efficient shape, which is doinks. That's what it is.
Okay.
And it started out one or two of them, and now every single one of them, like the last 2 pages, are just puds. And he in a video goes, I am sorry, developers.
This has been ruined.
Yeah.
Good God, that's hilarious.
Spooky wagons.
So, a man at his desk, shoot me an email, chase@chaseontwowheels.com. All you got to do is send me a screenshot of you editing that review with your username, and I'll send you a form to fill out, and we'll get you a decal. So, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, bud.
So, other ways you guys can...
Also, shut up.
Also,
Good job.
Also, stuff you guys can do to be more part of this community. We have a Discord. There's a link in the description of this video and all the videos. It's a fully motorcycle Discord. It's got, I mean, if you like motorcycles, you're probably watching this show. And if you're watching this show and you like motorcycles and you're on Discord, it's kind of a cool place to be. So we are going to show some moto shout-outs. We like giving a shout-out to our Discord members every week. And this week... we've got Bike Hawks 3, which, why does that MT-07 look so much cooler than it deserves to? I mean, no, that's not fair. The MT-07 is a fucking great bike. Yeah, it is. It's got a cool, this photo's got a lot of glow on it. Yeah, by the way, guys, these photos come from our Moto Photo section of our Discord.
Aptly named.
Yeah, aptly named. It's a place you can just post photos of your motorcycles. It's my favorite page on our Discord. And it looks like Ghost has 2 of them. Oh,
so
how?
Is that a Waffle House? Oh, okay, sorry.
You guys both thought Waffle House, got too excited. And this looks like a really cool graphic Ninja 400.
Nice.
Which is very cool. At an airport? How did you get here?
Probably works there.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, this is a really cool photo.
Or that person's in jail.
Yeah, or
like
they did
right
not
now.
post this themselves. So shout out to the NRRE, a.k.a. Rich. So thank you guys for being members of the Discord. At some point in this year, we're going to start being in there a lot more. I promise. It is one of our goals. Okay, so... we've got, I know this is kind of crazy to do this before the quick shifter, but I am so excited. And the chat, I can see the chat here, and Nick, who is our first member, which shout out to Nick. Guys, on the last episode, we talked about, we were trying to get channel memberships working because there are so many fun ideas we want to do on the show with channel memberships, and we were having some like technical issues. You can ask Ghost. I was fucking on the case for like 2 weeks, and the day after, perfect. He told me he was waiting until the show was live, and he was gonna make the pop-up thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. It gives us a little welcome.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that. And it shows it on the little middle thing right here.
Yeah.
So guys, channel memberships are basically, it's our little, I don't know how you describe channel memberships. It's support for the show to help us do what we do, and it allows us to give you guys little treats. Yeah. So right now, if you become a channel member, you guys can see in the chat right now, the first level of channel membership, and it's time based. So the longer you stay a member, you get upgraded badging. So if you've become one now, you get that green N, which is it's interesting because N could stand for neutral or new. I don't know which one you meant.
Neutral.
But it's also a new member. So anyway, so your badging is going to change at 1 month, 2 months, 3 months.
No, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 years.
Yeah, so we got badges for all of them, and we have emojis. So we get to make more emojis as we get more members, and we have 4 now.
I've got another 4 in the
We've got the next 4 ready to go. Yeah. We are excited. I don't know how Ghost, can you use an emoji to see how you do those? Ghost is our spectral producer, by the way.
Who is apparently paying himself. Yeah!
Yes! So
ghost emoji.
So we have a ghost emoji, a Beau and a chase face emoji, and we have a multi-strata emoji. I am so excited.
You lost your fucking mind when I made that. You were like, nuh-uh.
So I told the first emoji I wanted was Beau was like, we need to have a chase face and a Beau face, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But I was my first pick was like, I need a baby Multistrada emoji. If you guys don't know, Multistrada is it's like my dream ethereal bike.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love it.
The only thing that does suck is those emojis aren't going to play on the overlay for the chat.
They don't. So they'll be
play
in the
actual chat when you're in there.
Gotcha.
So ignore what you see on the screen.
I would like to make it official. So we did a post on the community tab and I posted the 4 emojis. My feelings aren't crazy hurt, but here's the results.
I haven't seen this. Which one got it?
Ghost at 43%. Nice. The ghost emoji.
I feel like this is under review. Like we need to look at it.
We got the Beau grumpy Beau face at 33%. I was even beat out by the Multistrada. So I would like to contest that I get a new emoji face installed because
but that is the most chase of faces.
That is not I'm not that dumb.
It's not about being dumb, it's about being ridiculous.
Well, in that case we need that photo.
That multi turned out so good.
Dude, I love that multi so much. So and also we got the cool little thing where every time a channel member a new member comes up, that little pop-up comes up. Super excited about it. I'm super amped on these emojis. I can't wait to have more members to make more emojis. I like it because
it's a very small barrier for entry. Like one day, like years ago, I joined for Blockhead's channel and whatnot, and it's such a small amount that I literally don't even think about it.
I don't know what his are, but ours is set up at $4.99 a month, so it's something like that. It's something like $5, and like it's a good way. You know, it adds up. It helps the show, right?
And you get a little bit of.
Ghost did us a favor, by the way. So if you guys are curious how to join, if that's the web page you're on, this is the Live on Two Wheels page, the little join button, that's how you become a member. It should work on both mobile and on desktop. Yeah. And these are the badges. So as you guys can see, we got neutral or new, 1 to 6 month. 1, 2, 3, 4 years, which is pretty cool. Those are our 4 emojis. Those will become more as we build it out.
Yep.
Some of the other stuff that we kind of promote is loyalty badges for next to your name in the live chat, which is really neat. We already talked about that.
Yep.
The emojis. You also get photo and status updates. We're going to try to be doing more updates along the week as we go along, so that way you guys can kind of like continuously get content from us.
Yep.
Specific to Live on Two Wheel stuff.
It's pretty endless, man. Like you can go as far as like giveaways and merchandise and stuff. Like further, and I've seen some of those that offer that. I mean, it's basically Patreon without a huge.
Well, so the cool thing about the membership thing is, the bigger it gets, or the more members we get, the more funds we have to play with, type thing. So the sky's the limit. Whatever happens, happens. So also, if you haven't noticed, your name color changes on the live chat. Yeah. So obviously, if you are a big commenter, you're going to get a lot more. At least you're going to attract my eyes with the little badging and stuff and the emojis. But yeah, it's a good time. That's my pitch on membership. Yeah. If you can support it, that's awesome. If you can't, totally cool. We ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
All right, so that's memberships. I'm so stoked on that.
I like how the only reason he's stoked is because we now have access to shinies. I think that's it. Yeah, it's the Multistrada. Really, when it comes down to it.
So the badges are cool. The emojis absolutely sold me. So that's what I'm the most
doing
excited
server
about.
Emojis on Discord, and you were like, "This is awesome."
I mean, a bit looking Multistrada is the most hilarious because a Multistrada, there's so much going on that bike. So when you scale it all the way down,
that it translated as well as it did.
I was kind of worried about it, but when you like shrunk it into the little the artboard, I was like, yes. All right, guys. So we're gonna move along with the show. Our next segment is our quick shifter segment. It's where we give you guys the motorcycle news quickly. If you guys want to see a full episode on any of the individual topics we talk about in the quick shifter, we'll make a whole episode. Just let us know in the chat. Ghost puts these together every week, and they are the best thing that we produce. And I say we, because I'm trying to get in on it. So I am going to get this playing, and we'll do the quick shifter.
Cool. So it's coming out of your computer screen.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Is it not?
It's plugged in and everything. Hey, technical issues. Here, let me fix that real quick, guys.
You did check the audio source?
Yeah, I checked this earlier, but it...
Did you?
Yeah. All right, so it swapped back. Strange. Maybe I hit something before we went live or something. I don't know. All right, we will start that again.
Try that one more time.
Ghost got a cool ass intro too. I don't want people to not get to see the whole experience. Welcome to the Quick Shifter. Ghost, you go so far and beyond anything that we deserve. I just want to let you know I appreciate it. Internet. That shot of you makes you laugh every single time. Your fucking eat shit laughing face. Can't stand it. All right. And a Cardo thing? Hell yeah. All right. Yamaha Champions Riding School announces Champ U new rider. This online curriculum is available anywhere in the world and a cost-effective way for new riders to begin life on two wheels. Yeah. I saw this and on sale for $19.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. We've been kind of playing around with this isn't to do with Quick Shifter. This isn't to do with Quick Shifter. Let me just say we've been playing around with we did a Learn to Ride series.
Boo this man.
And it did really well. And we've been thinking about like making an actual like course out of it. So this is awesome. Okay, sorry.
It's literally in the
Sorry. Okay.
It says stop pausing it.
Oh.
No pauses. And it plays all the way through to the last second.
Oh, well.
It says it.
I'm so sorry.
And then you did the thing.
My apologies, family.
Oh my god. Sack of shit. Yeah. Boo this man.
All right.
2023 Ducati Desert X gets an integrated turn-by-turn navigation and little new splashes of graphic. Okay, cool. I don't care about your own turn-by-turn navigation. You know there are only two manufacturers that have Apple CarPlay. And that is Indian and Honda. Stop doing your own things. I appreciate that it's there. Stop doing your own things. Give me CarPlay.
I don't know if those graphics help the bike. Yeah. I think it takes away from the cool...
Graphics are right.
I can't talk about anything. All right, Royal Enfield announces pricing of the Super Metro 650.
Not even what that says.
Super Meteor?
Yes.
That's okay. 650 in the UK, which is now the brand's most premium model.
Yeah.
Those do not look like Royal Enfields.
Yeah.
Those prices do.
They're pretty good.
Super Meteor though?
I would love to see them do, because now they're also doing like the Scram 411s. I think have liquid cooling. I would like to see a 650 Himalayan.
Interesting, poignant question or answer thing. Oh my god.
Talk much, Bear Bud?
I don't.
All right. Battery company Innovate announces a partnership with Lightning Motorcycles with technology that claims a 100+ mile range with 10 minutes of charging. Cool. Call me when it's like 200 to 300.
I'll believe this when I see this, because if indeed you can get 100 miles.
Okay, it's just being weird. Here's the thing. You're fighting aerodynamics. You're killing the battery because you're a fucking meat sale. It's like, until you get that solved, the range is going to suck, or better technology.
I would be down for those numbers, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go.
Beau, it's my favorite time of the week.
All right, Beau. Ghost Tip of the Week. Here we go.
Of the week.
Beau, we have our Ghost Tip of the Week. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Because it's my favorite. It is time for the Ghost Tip of the Week. Ghost Tip of the Week needs to have an audio clip of
I like you went full chimpanzee. Okay.
Well, there's that. Okay.
Yes.
Yay! This is sponsored by...
This is like what I was doing earlier.
Ghost Tip of the Week. Don't be a teacher if you are cross-eyed. You'll have trouble controlling your pupils. Oh, it's so great. I love it. Okay. Yay! Gotta control the pupils. Can't be cross-eyed.
But.
Oh my god. Hey, you shut your damn mouth.
That is a solid tip. I think it's hilarious how long it takes me to get the Ghost Tip of the Week.
What's funny is they don't know if I'm saying it or not, which is hilarious. Oh, I love the door. Beau, Beau's favorite image and video of him sitting at the top right.
I just trot off. It says, watch all the way through. Play all the way through.
Okay. I didn't notice that. I'm so sorry.
You don't fucking read?
I don't. I can't read or speak. I'm not in a good spot. God, that angle of your camera, Ghost, is fucking great. God dang it.
Worth it. Absolutely worth it.
At first, I thought that was his response to me saying that. Oh, nice. God. Thank you so much, Ghost, for putting together your Ghost Tip of the Week and the Quick Shifter.
The tier 3 of Quick Shifter is... Hey, Goonie. What's up, my guy?
Another member, baby. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, the tier 3 of Quick Shifter is
it's so
it's
good.
Evolving.
It's got the sound. It's literally got everything, and I love it so much.
Yeah, it just means I don't have to do that work.
So Ghost, he is super appreciative.
Appreciato.
All right. Before we get to the bike breakdown, because last week we went straight into it, and good God, my brain was not ready. So let's do housekeeping first,
okay,
and then we can do the bike breakdown. So guys, one of the things is that mine?
No.
Oh, our phones look exactly the same now.
Except yours doesn't have a picture of a dog in a birthday hat, so there's.
That's true. Yes, I can confirm that is true. All right, housekeeping. What's been going on around the shop? Conveniently, we talked about the Royal Enfield because tomorrow we have a first ride of. Is it my first time riding a Royal Enfield?
Yes.
I felt like there might have been one once upon a time, but I wasn't sure.
I didn't see anything. First
time riding a Royal Enfield. First ride coming out tomorrow on a Himalayan. Rode it yesterday, and the bike breakdown is going to be about the Himalayan. I'm going to save my thoughts. I really liked it.
Why are you going to save your thoughts for the bike breakdown? That's a time.
No, for the first ride.
Oh, for the first ride?
Yeah, first ride's coming out tomorrow.
Well, I am not on the first ride. I did have a chance to ride a couple of Royal Enfields when I was down in Florida. The team that they have for American Flat Track, they raced the modified Scram 411s.
Right.
So they had a couple of the modified race-ready ones, and then they had a couple of stock ones.
Yep. And
then we went on a little social media run. Mm-hmm. It was like 4 of us. And the other guys, they hopped on the Scram 411s, and I'm like, oh, hop on that.
I'm going to grab that little Himalayan boy.
Yeah. They had a blast.
I was honestly shocked with it.
It feels so much lighter than it is.
Yeah, 100%.
That was I was throwing it around. I mean, it's near the same weight as my Tiger 900.
Really?
Yeah.
That says a lot about both bikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was throwing it around like it was a WR250.
Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, you guys are gonna. I think any of you guys that are interested in the ADV stuff are gonna really enjoy that first ride. Other than that, before you started talking, I literally was about to go into the housekeeping thing, and I almost spoiled the WRG bike. I was about to be like, "Oh yeah, you got the first ride edited on the blank."
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I got so
holy shit, dude!
If you guys don't know,
what stopped you? I'm just curious so we can do it.
You
again.
Started talking, and I.
That's it. All you motherfuckers that were pissed off that I interrupted him, I just saved his bacon.
So
bacon saved.
It gets confusing because over on WBRgarage.com, we post our build videos a week ahead of time. So last Tuesday, live right now, is our reveal video for what this season's WBRG bike is. Mm-hmm. And I've already filmed episode 3, which is a first ride on it. Mm-hmm. And you edited that this week. So I was almost be like, you got 2 first rides edited this week. One of the blank and other of the blank. I mean, one's the Himalayan, but the other one's, the redacted blank. So yeah,
that's what we need.
Just keep talking. Yeah. Just keep interrupting me. It's fine now.
Yeah,
you're officially welcome. Good with it. So we got that done. First video back. What was? Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'll go to Beau. I'll fix things.
I swear to fucking Christ.
Technology. Tell everybody
this fan is not doing anything except making me cold. That's all it's here for.
Oh wow, it's right on it too.
Yeah, I told you. That's a placebo. It just happened to be. It's not correlation is not causation. Yeah. Our monitor died, and so that.
Tell them about.
Tell
them about your Florida thing that you're going to be doing soon.
So this will be the third time I've gone to Florida in the last 365, more than I ever thought I would. I went down for Blockhead's thing. That was a non-channel thing. That was just to go as a bud. Then I went to slide school, which we have a video coming out soon-ish.
We don't know that.
I have no idea when it's coming out. But against my better judgment, I'm going to Daytona Bike Week on the dime and motor of Honda motorcycles. They're sending us down there.
The story of you going to Daytona Bike Week is so great. Hold on.
I mean, the guys that watch live know how I feel about these kind of big gatherings, especially since like Daytona Bike Week. It's going to be mostly like sport bike bros and Harley dudes, and there's a lot of ego. That doesn't really gel with me. I'm going to try my best to stick with content creators and experience things that are outside of the normal thing.
Right.
But one of those days is notched out for Supercross.
Right.
And good seats.
Yeah, like VIP seats.
Because it's their, they have a team.
Yeah.
So I'm so stoked. Bob D, welcome to the crew.
That's Bob awesome. D, yeah, welcome to the Ontwo Crew. So I got an email, was it this week?
Yeah.
So I got an email early this week from Honda, and they were like, hey, we've selected a few influencers that they want us to experience the full Daytona Bike Week, and they want us to, yeah, I guess I can say it. They want us to experience it on a Rebel 1100 T DCT.
Yeah, it's a 1100T. It only comes in DCT.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
which
I'm
is
not available.
Be an interesting experience all in itself.
Right. So I'm not available that weekend. But before I sent back the auto no, I was just like, I look over my computer. I'm like, hey, Beau, you want to go to Daytona Bike Week with Honda? And he was like, I don't know. Like, I honestly am not sure.
Yes, but also no.
Right. It's like, it's a cool experience, right? You get to Mystic. What's up, man? Thanks for joining the membership thing. Yeah. So Beau was like, maybe, like, what's the whole deal? And I read him through the thing. I was like, you get VIP seats at this autocross thing or motocross, supercross, all the crosses. Oh Jesus. Just sorry, I don't know what's going on. So
honestly,
other than that, that's all you have to do.
Honestly, the bike and the supercross are what sold me.
Really,
that's it.
Well, so that's the only things you have to do. Yeah. Like they have like.
So I think that's basically how I'm going to attack it.
Yeah.
As a guy who didn't want to go to Daytona Bike Week and see if there's something that can make me go, I'm glad I came.
I mean, that would be interesting, though. Yeah. We're trying to get you linked up with going to some Ruroc stuff that's going on down there.
Yeah.
So if you guys are going to Daytona Bike Week, might run into Beau.
Yeah.
Get on the channel. Could be cool.
I look like this.
Surprise! No reveals here.
Yeah. If you see a guy who looks suspiciously like
you on an 1100,
a mixture between Robin Williams and Joaquin Phoenix, but this short, that's me.
Yeah, so I hope you'll have a good time. That's going to be Daytona Bike Week. I don't know the dates because I've got so many dates in my head.
3rd through 7th of March.
So that's happening. We got a lot of stuff going on the On Four Wheels channel, which is our new car review channel. If you guys aren't subbed and you like cars, go check it out. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we're just rocking away. I am on the precipice of starting to tear the bike on the other side of this wall apart.
Yeah.
I think I only have to film a couple more things. I'm trying to be careful this time. I feel like on our CBR 600 season, we didn't get enough photo and video beforehand.
We absolutely did not.
So I'm trying to avoid that. So, because like,
ask me how I know, making all the thumbnails.
I'm doing all this work, like I'm like getting all this like stuff figured out, and I'm like, I want to start taking it apart right now, because like you see the instructions list on how to take something apart, and you're like, okay, cool, Legos figured out, let's go.
Yeah.
And I just haven't been able to let's go part. But we're almost there. Should be doing that in the next couple weeks. That also means that build streams will be coming back. A lot of people have been asking about build streams, and the first couple episodes, there's not anything build streamable. You know what I mean? It's just like me talking to a camera, walking around a motorcycle.
Yeah.
But hopefully next week we can film our first one.
Bullshit.
Yeah, especially with me being on my own now. I have to do a lot of prep. Yeah. I can't just like run in not really knowing anything. Andy, I do not know how to use emojis.
I think you can just hit the button that's down at the bottom and where the emoji button is, and the ones that are available to you will show up.
Oh, cool.
I think. There is a text thing that you can do, but I don't remember it. Hey, are you done stalling and we can do this crazy?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get loose. All right, so guys, we have a new segment that we're adding into the show called a 60-second...
Yeah.
What's happening? Bro, that's been charging... Okay, whatever. We're no blue.
You know, it's like at the restaurant when they're like, all right,
yeah, you need to get out of here. Actually, here, let's we'll plug it in during the 60-second like breakdown. It'll only
remember to do the camera change for the stop.
Bro,
doing that.
I almost ripped my ear out a second. Oh no!
What happened?
There's something stuck in my ear. Oh no! Oh God! Oh no!
Patty, get some pliers. Needle nose.
Am I doing surgery live on the internet?
Yes, we're doing surgery live on the internet.
Oh my God, it's stuck in my ear. Can you guys see it? Dude, it's so far in there.
Don't touch it anymore. You gotta push it in further, you dildo.
Oh my God, I'm legit scared now.
You're good. This is so funny.
Oh God, no.
This is the best thing I've ever.
All right.
Other side. All right.
Help, Patty.
Hi, internet.
Hey.
Hello, internet. How are you? You're fine. You're fine.
Be cool.
Trust your fat friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is not how I expected.
You got it, Patty. Yes.
God dang it. What is happening? I'm scared to put this back in my ear.
Well, stop
now,
yanking your mouth like you're fucking crazy.
I'm trying to fix shit.
Stop being so crazy.
I just want things to be...
Just slow down, you manic son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. Somebody get this kid some Adderall. Holy shit.
Oh, God. Okay, so that's a thing that happened live on the internet. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm good now. I was honestly terrified, dude. That thing was about to go into my brain. I could feel it.
That's not how that works at all.
I could feel it in my cerebral cortex.
No, you couldn't.
I'm not sure what a cerebral cortex is, but
yeah.
Okay, wow. Well, that's certainly a way to start a bike breakdown.
So make sure to hit the right camera. That's not on.
Patty, will you hit the on button? I'm scared, dude. Oh my God. What was that?
It's a fan.
The fan.
Oh, the fan. I don't give a shit about the fan. Are we blue? Are we going to get a blue background?
Squat.
It's dead.
It died.
It died.
Wow.
She gone.
All right, we just unplug it and we'll figure that out tomorrow. Cool. Just okay. Thanks, Patty. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
All right. Can we?
Good God. We haven't even talked about the topic yet.
No, let's go. Hey, you know what would really help you out right now? A really stressful segment
I know.
called Bike Breakdown.
Oh, shit.
All right.
It's time for a 60-second bike breakdown.
Oh my God.
All right, go.
Oh my God, it started. Okay. So guys, 60-second bike breakdown this week is a 2022 Royal Enfield Himalayan. This thing I rode today, actually. So, horsepower-wise, this little single is coming in at 24.3 horsepower. Compared to the Versys 300, which is its close competitor, it is a little under with 32 versus 24.3. Not looking good. Torque-wise, it's got 23.6 foot-pounds, which compared to the Versys 300 is actually a little more. So we are looking pretty good on torque numbers. Oh shit! Okay. Weight-wise, we're looking at 439 pounds, which does seem a little heavy, especially compared to the 388 from the Versus 300. So we've got a little low torque, low horsepower, and a high. Oh my God! I can't see it changing. Price-wise, $5,499, which is a great price.
You good? You good?
We have to do something to make this thing change because, like, somehow my brain is looking at the text and I don't see it change, and then I like blink and it's changed.
Yeah, maybe you just when you're done with that card, just tell me to go.
Oh, you're clicking them?
Yes.
Oh God, I thought it was like
what
a
the
time.
Fuck do you think that I'm doing here?
That makes sense. Why it would always change when? Oh God.
Yeah.
That made sense why it would always change when I got done talking about it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, because I'm listening and manually doing it.
Okay,
to put that in perspective, my Tiger 900 weighs about 450 pounds.
So 20-ish pounds more?
Yes.
Way more horsepower, though.
Yeah.
Tiger 900. So the engine is like a 4-something?
411.
411? Okay.
Single.
411 single. Here's the crazy thing. All of that bike breakdown stuff, if somebody just listened to that bike breakdown, they'd be like, oh, okay, it's not really whatever. That bike is a GOAT. Not greatest of all time, but goes anywhere.
That's gout.
Goes over anything triumphantly.
Goes
over anything triumphantly. It is a GOAT.
It's a go over anything tractor.
Or a tractor.
It is a tractor. So the torque is an interesting spec because a lot of those bikes in that class are similar to the Versus-ish in that, and it's a little bit higher comparatively.
Yeah.
It's got a 1-to-1 for horsepower and torque.
Right.
Basically.
It's also air and oil cooled.
Yeah.
And carbureted.
Yep.
So kind of an interesting little guy. Goes over all terrain.
We're dumb.
Wow. That guy. Whatever he said. Let's listen to him.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious, actually.
Yeah. It's a good bike.
Actually, that makes sense. I very often overcomplicate things, and that was an example of overcomplicating things. Okay, so we got through the 6-second bike breakdown. Thank God.
Yeah.
So let's do a quick ad break, primary ad break, and then we
don't have a primary ad.
Oh, I thought we made one.
No, we were going to use the hype video, and then it failed, remember?
Oh, it did fail last week. Do you think it'll work this week?
Who knows? You guys ready for this?
We're going to show a hype video for WBR Garage. Support the show and do it, and let's see what happens.
So well timed.
If you guys can't tell, we are super excited about this season of WBR Garage. Very poignant. Sign up, and you can see what bike we are going to be doing for season 6. It's also what this shirt is.
Ghost, did you mean to do that as soon as I went live?
No, because I'm lagging behind on the video. I can't see it.
Oh, so that was a blind timing.
Yeah.
That was great.
Fantastic.
It was for the Cortana reference.
All right, guys. So I guess we should probably talk about what the title of the actual live show is.
Yeah.
So recently, and we did a show hinting at this last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Except the show that we did a video on was about Kawasaki's ZX-4RR.
Yeah.
Which is a lower displacement motorcycle than the one we're going to be talking about today, but they share a lot. Yeah. What we're talking about today is Kawasaki's brand new released ZX-4RR. They released this a week or so ago, and we wanted to save it to have its own show. We didn't want it to kind of be just kind of like pushed into our first stream back. So what this basically is, I know a lot of people are probably going to say ZX-4RR and think it's just a race spec Ninja 400. Not it's
yeah. It's 100%.
It's in a different world of a Ninja 400.
Yeah.
So Ninja 400, I believe, has a parallel twin engine. I'll double check that. Twin cylinder engine. It's a 390cc.
Yeah.
This new ZX4
is this one inline.
An inline four-cylinder,
this is
400cc.
Okay.
So if you guys don't know,
I suspected just from looking at it that it was a chassis change.
But still keep the power plant of the Ninja 400. Yeah. So Kawasaki was like, no, we're going full race spec. And bro, you guys here, I'll show you the screen. You gotta see this thing. I mean, I guess there's no real surprise with the looks. Kawasaki is doing a phenomenal job with their designs. This thing looks very Kawasaki. We've got the KRT kind of. What is happening? Oh, the light is moving. You guys can't see it, but the light is just slightly. It'll probably.
No, I think it's moving the camera a little too. If you look at her feed, it's like jiggling a little bit. It is! The camera's jiggling! That's what keeps moving it!
Why does it never stop? All right, so back to Kawasaki.
Sorry.
So as you guys can see, this thing looks very Kawasaki, very green, very KRT.
It looks race.
It looks race. 399cc inline four-cylinder dual overhead cam engine, Ram air duct intake system, World Superbike inspired chassis, Kawasaki quick shifter, which is and down. Like this is race stuff. Kawasaki traction control. Nice. Model wise, we've got the ZX-4RR, and I thought they had a different model.
No.
I'm pretty sure they have a single R, but maybe in America we're only getting the RR. So, if you guys aren't familiar with the difference in a parallel twin and a inline four-cylinder, parallel twin gonna be really torquey, gonna be good from a zero, like not going anywhere and getting up to speed. Whereas an inline four-cylinder, something like a ZX-6R or the Gixxer 600, all the super sports,
out, or top speed,
they're kind of power in. They're low power at the low and rev range, but you get up in the rev range and they are just freaking rocket ships. Yeah. They are extremely fun to ride and they sound insane.
400 inline would sound very interesting,
right?
Because you have such a small capacity. The moving parts are smaller, and smaller moving parts.
It's going to have a super unique sound. I don't think
higher pitched sound.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's any video footage of the actual bike yet, but I cannot wait to hear this thing. Not necessarily what it sounds like at idle, but I want to see this thing just hauling ass past somebody, because we know what like a ZX6, all the 600s, the R6, the ZX6, the Gixxer 600, and the CBR 600.
I'm trying to catalog if I know any other of the small displacements that aren't either singles or twins.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know if I've ever heard an inline four.
Yeah, I've never heard an inline four that small. So this thing has got an electronics package. It's got Bluetooth integrated with the bike, so you can link it to your phone and
I think your
phone stuff.
Most of that stuff, from what I was looking at, it's mostly they were trying to hype their app.
Yeah, the app seems kind of neat, especially if you're going to do a track day or something like that. Yeah. It does have the app can do lap timing and stuff like that. It's very obvious that this is going to be, or this is made to be a very like track day motorcycle.
That's all this is. I mean, this is literally what this is. They say it in the name.
Yeah,
it's
but
a
like
race-ready performance.
But here's the thing, though. You already have like, they made it for track use, but so is all the 600s.
But you look at what's being used in like the Juniors Cup right now. From Kawasaki, and it is not an RR. It's not a race ready bike. It's the Ninja 400. That's then. So like this is
that going to change though? Now that this is a thing,
probably.
Yeah,
they're looking to tweak as much as they eke out as much as they can out of these things.
Right.
Because they're not. I don't think they're allowed to do anything to the internals.
Oh yeah, Ghost has right here. The U.S. is only getting the RR.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense because most people would not buy the R.
Yeah.
This is literally for people who want to race in small displacement classes. That's literally what it is.
If you don't, I mean, so here's my hard part with this bike.
That's
MSRP,
what they're banking on because of the price. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
So let's get to the price. The price is where I'm like, interesting.
We had this discussion before about another bike. You're like, why does it cost so much? And it's because race teams, they want the bike.
Right.
They don't care.
MSRP for this thing, $9,699.
Yeah. That's most 600.
10 grand. Funny you say that. Because we were looking into this, I was like, so for 10 grand, what can you get? A non-ABS ZX-4RR is $10,699. So for a little less than $1,000, you can literally get 200 more cc's, a bigger inline four.
When we were looking into this and doing the pre-roll for like checking everything and looking over the Milanote, when I saw that price, and my brain immediately like clicked, and I was like, oh. This is one of those things that we've talked about where race teams go like, I don't care if it's 12 grand for a 400cc.
Right.
I'm going to buy it because it is the best that's offered in that brand. Blah, blah, blah.
That being said, like, so the racing situation is kind of interesting because if I'm thinking about a track bike, like when I owned an R6 for multiple years, I did a lot of track days, and that bike was great for the track, but I damn near killed myself a couple times. Yeah. Like I rolled off the track at 120 after a turn type thing. Yep. And that's because I wasn't a good enough rider to be on that bike. But I see a bike like this and somebody that likes that style of riding, I enjoy that. I don't get to do it as much as I want to. But
here's the problem.
That bike is cool, but fucking 10 grand.
You're looking at it from the perspective of a person who rides all the time and wants to do track days. I'm saying they don't. They like if they snag a couple of those people for this bike, cool. This bike is literally for racers, race teams. That's what it's here for.
Do you think they'd make an entire bike just for race teams, though?
100%.
So why even make it available for the
Because if they can snag a couple of sales outside of it, that's cool. Like all the people watching those people race are going to go like, I want that bike and go out and buy it.
Okay.
Like that's, but even if that doesn't happen, if they can sell these things to teams, then they've done their job. That's why because they already had the Ninja 400.
For the everyday rider type thing, which is way better.
So why would they bring in a race-ready bike unless it was to race? Like, that's what they're doing. Like when we had this conversation last time, I forget what bike it was, but we were talking about like that's a lot of money for that bike.
Yeah.
And then looking it over, and it's like, and the comments were saying like, but like the average Joe rider isn't going to be buying this more than a sponsored team or, a factory rider or something like that. And then you look at how many junior classes are across America, and it's like, okay, then they made their money for their R&D.
So you think they're banking on the fact that they'll sell enough of these to race teams to...
So, Gonzalo, most non-prototype categories, they need to sell a production model that is the same bike as the one racing for Twins Cup and
Oh, so this is the situation where you think
like,
they're just selling it so that it can be in the class and then be used. Oh, interesting.
So he articulated as is the case for most things that happen in this building, somebody else articulates my own thoughts better than I do.
Right.
But it's like they don't care about regular people buying it, but it's something that they just have to do.
It's called a homologation.
Homologation is the word.
They have to sell like 2,500.
I can make up words too, Patty.
Patty's helping us out with the info on behind the screen. So all that being said, that's probably true.
Yeah.
But if
then you have to look at the price differently too, because then you're like, oh fuck, man, yeah, it sucks for an everyday rider, to be able to buy it, but
I think I would enjoy and take this with a grain of salt. Like I'm an experienced rider. I've ridden much bigger bikes than that, but the idea of having a track bike for me and a lot for me would depend on ergonomics of this bike. If I would
guarantee
need to sit
you
one,
this thing sits like a super sport.
But full super sport or like a close to super sport?
It's going to be close to full super sport. Because
I would want to ride it because like I would be really intrigued by something like that. The seat height
is like 32 inches.
Oh.
So I was
looking at images of it. I was trying to get the side.
The seat height is 32 inches, which means they don't care about rider comfort as far as stoplight to stoplight stuff.
So we do have clip-ons. The clip-ons are slightly over the seat, where a lot of these super sports, the seat is in line with the clip-on. So maybe it's not crazily. Here, let's look at
I think that's pretty.
Let's look at the R7 because I rode the R7 at the press launch. I want to see a side-by-side view. Let's go to the studio stuff.
Yeah,
see, the R7 is just barely above the seat, and the R7 was very aggressive.
I think it's an illusion that you're looking at because those look so similar. Maybe by a little bit, but
hold on,
not by much.
Let me grab a side-by-side if they have those. Can I click into that?
Yeah, I don't know.
So if you notice, the handlebars go up to about right here, so I get a couple
but you're
inches.
Looking at that tank shape is so different too. There's a hump. So
you're right.
So you can't judge it by that. I'm looking at its relationship to the subframe and the frame.
But I'm not worried about the subframe. I'm worried about where my butt is.
I'm looking at it in conjunction with that because at where your butt is, okay.
Butt here, hands here, right? So my rider triangle is this.
It's close enough to be considered same.
I mean, if it's a slightly
if anything like an inch, I
think it's the handlebars look like they're going to be slightly. God damn it, Beau. I think the handlebars are going to be slightly body position wise are going to be slightly above where the R7 is. The R7 is pretty aggressive. This might honestly be an ideal track bike, at least for somebody like me.
I don't think that this would be comfortable on the road at all.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like the R7's not comfortable on the road, but it's super light and flicky, so it's not as bad as one of the 600s or the 1000s. But if this thing sucks. It's still not ideal, but the power delivery of an R7 is far better than an R6 on the road. Yeah. This thing, I think Kawasaki's going to be surprised at how many people might buy this for street use because it would be hilarious.
They might be surprised. I don't think they give a shit.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. And they might not. I do want to point out, y'all, this bike revs out to. Can you see this? 15 grand. Yeah. That is
race bike going to race.
We are getting with that. We're getting into like R6 territory, and I think the R6 revs out to. I think it's like 16 or 16.5.
What was that one that we saw that had the
R1M with the titanium internals? That shit revs to like 17. And it is so disgusting.
That was so good.
But so this is what I'm super curious of because with a small displacement bike like this, you're going to be revving the shit out of it to be going somewhere. I cannot wait to hear what this sounds like. Yeah. I think it's going to be super interesting.
That small displacement inline 4, I bet, has a really fun sound.
Yeah, I think this is going to become like that kind of weird
so like there's people that can, there's people that are going to spend 10 grand for a bigger displacement. But there's people who don't need that displacement. So, so again, all of this under the predication.
Wait, what do you mean? There are people that don't need that displacement.
So this is we're coming at this with the preconceived notion that we're going to be riding this on the street and taking it to the track, which means you could find a leader bike for 10 grand,
right,
and race it on the track,
right.
But if you're in a class that limits what you can ride.
So you're saying racer versus everyday person.
Everyday person that does track days versus a person who is a team rider.
Yeah.
Who that's it. You ride sub this for this class.
And you have bike specifications.
That's why it exists. So yeah, you're going to be able to find. You can go out there right now and get a 1200cc bike for the same amount of money.
Right.
Take it to the track and have fun. Like you can do that right now.
Right.
But the reason that it exists. But we had this discussion last time. It's a lot of money, but that's because it is as much as they can put in it for those teams, because there is, correct me if I'm wrong, Patty, there is like rules on what they can do to these bikes in certain classes, right? So they can't change internals on some. They can't change, they can do exhaust. They can do like a few things. I forget what it was. We were talking about this the last time. So there's a ceiling.
Yeah.
They're going to reach as far into up to that ceiling as they possibly can.
Right.
So that price is going to reflect it. Because this is, for a low displacement bike, got a bunch of shit on it.
Yeah, so we haven't even really dug into that, but it's basically got, this is generally speaking comparative to the Ninja 400, but upgraded brakes. Obviously, the engine is entirely different. It has the Bluetooth module.
It's got
solid brakes. It's got the traction control. It has the quick shifter,
up and down.
It has the the air intake, which I assume is important for the inline 4 aspect of it, and the suspension. It's got the same rear shock technology that the fucking ZX-10 has.
Yeah, they've got an upgraded internals in the front suspension, and that allows for like adjustments and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say both front and rear are adjustable.
Yeah, playing the show and no shit. Yeah, like
exactly.
It's
surprise.
It's fully cut. I think the front is all. If I read correctly, was only preload.
I think so as well.
Yeah, but and it's an internal, not a full unit.
Well, so the crazy kind of part with this, the crazy thing I think about this bike is, I don't know how many people are gonna buy it for road use, and I know you said it doesn't matter. But how many people are going to be in my situation where, like, I would love to have a track bike, right? Don't really have the money or the time to take advantage of that right now. But if I were to get a track bike, yeah, I can go out and get some busted-ass Gixxer 600.
So this is...
But then I'm on a 600, and I can kill myself far easier.
Right, but you're not going to do that, because you're not going to... Your return on investment for track days is 0.
True.
So that 10 grand... becomes 10 grand over the life of its bike, and it just appreciates 100% of its value over its lifetime.
The value is the value I get out of getting to the track day.
Which is $0. And in fact, in most places...
I need to get to a better place where I'm okay with it.
And in fact, in most cases, you're going to be spending money going to the track.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
you're losing money fast on that bike. Whereas a racer, a sponsored rider or a factory, that's out of the equation. Like the return on investment is, you'll actually make money. That bike, that's what that's fair. And then when it fucks up and it blows up, you replace it.
I don't know, man.
They're consumable items.
An inline 4 is a tank.
What I'm saying is,
or
like,
not into this one, because
they're consumable items for teams like that. It is, get as much as you can out of it for as long as you can, and then next one. So like, yeah, you wouldn't buy this for a track day bike because it's an investment that you're not going to like.
But any bike I did would be an investment, and I wouldn't get anything out of it.
So what would you do in that aspect? Because you're not going to spend 10 grand to go thrash around a bike. So what are you going to do? You're going to find a used bike, or you're going to find a different bike like an R3 or something like that isn't as expensive because it was designed.
Well, so that's the thing. Like right now in the category, I don't think there's another motorcycle that is like this for that CC level. The R3 and the Ninja 400 are phenomenal road bikes, but they are in such an upright body position.
What about the, isn't there the KTM RC?
The RC390 is probably the best low displacement track day bike.
Yeah.
But no offense to KTM, like I'm not going to buy a KTM to be my bike.
There are other options for like the race ready bikes. The rest of them are not race ready. They're race capable. In my opinion,
you have a good point. So I do have the RC390 pulled up, and so the RC390, especially the new one, I haven't got to do a first ride on it. I'm very excited to.
You've done one on an older version, right?
I have done one on an older version, but the 2023 RC390 comes in at $5,988. Which now that we're talking about a race bike that costs $9,700, I'm like $5,888's a good deal.
That's weird. I wonder what they've gotten rid of.
I'm not sure, but the RC390 I've ridden in the
what
past
they
is
haven't
great.
changed in order, because it might be one of those things where now the R&D is.
Yeah, I mean, it might be that type of thing, but the RC390.
They also, if
is
it's the same
phenomenal.
platform, if it's the same engine. Like the power plant, then the fact that it's in so many different bikes now means that, that we've seen this with other models in other OEMs, where the thing that I dislike the most when they spread it amongst a bunch of models,
right,
means that those models can go cheaper because now.
Yeah, I mean,
so maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
So the main difference is, so let's play in the world of, okay, Chase wants a low CC displacement track day bike because I feel like I could become a much better rider on a low CC bike because you have to get better. It's not about like you have to use more of the motorcycle, because the power wise, especially on the straights and stuff, like you're going to get capped out quick. So you're going to be forced to get really good at like getting your body position right and stuff like that. So between these motorcycles, there's a giant price difference, but the difference in riding a single, which is in the RC390, it's a single. You are vibrating. Yeah. I mean, I will say the RC390 I rode, like I was surprised it wasn't more vibrating, because anytime I ride a single, I'm expecting to just be like this the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a different characteristic just as far as its drive, its power to the ground.
Right. Though the thing that I think might make the ZX-4RR worth it is, I got to tell you, man, I rode and did about damn near everything I could on an R6. Spent a lot of time on it. When I was at a track with that motorcycle, all the boxes were checked. Everything made sense. That bike comes into its home. You feel riding it. Everything it does on the street is terrible. Yeah. The literal, you do one lap and you're like, I understand why every single thing is on this motorcycle now. So if you're asking me, and for you guys that don't know, the R6 has an inline 4. So if this bike is made for all that and it has an inline 4, I'm like, so I get everything I want.
It would be interesting to see on a track if that felt the same. Like, it's not going to feel exactly the same because it's an R6 and it's a fucking rocket ship.
Of course.
But is it going to be like you take the Ninja 400 and you ride it around, and even if it's in race kit, it's going to feel like a race bike.
Yeah. And a parallel twin's going to feel entirely different than.
But then you go into a fully kitted out RR, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Well, so one of the things I worry about is one of the things, and I'm only using an R6 because that's the
What do you think of that dash?
Of this dash?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't. We're talking about the RC390, by the way. I think KTM dashes are fine generally. Yeah. I'm not.
They always feel like a couple of years back. You know what I mean?
They feel a couple years back, and they feel very blocky and minimal. Yeah. Which is fine. It kind of fits the brand.
It's like, remember when like the first phones that connect to the internet and they had a color screen? Yep. That's kind of how it feels.
It gives that vibe. Yeah. Hey, at least they're colored. Yeah. So one of the things I worry about with the ZX-4RR, other than the price, because I do feel like it's a little overpriced. But one of the what I was going to say is the reason I'm comparing this bike to an R6, they are not comparable motorcycles. No. But as far as track use, I've got the most experience on an R6, an R7, because I did that track day or press launch thing, and that's basically it. Those are the only things I've really ridden on the track. So one of the things about the R6 is it has so much power at the top of its rev range. That was a really fun characteristic to play with. I mean, it was a very dangerous characteristic because, like, if you come out of a turn and you're high in the RPMs, then you've got a lot of power at the rear wheel. But with a 400cc, is that going to have enough power to make an inline 4, and how the power band is? I mean, is that going to excite you at the top? You know what I mean?
I think it will. It's just,
or do you just stay rev the fuck out all the time?
You're it's same, but like levels, right? Because like you can't go in there expecting the same feeling as riding an R6. You can't. It's not going to be the same. But it's like one of those things where, like, when you did the Royal Enfield, which is a slow potato.
It is a slow potato, yeah, for sure.
But you were like, I love this. I love the way this feels. You can, if you look at it from the perspective of where it's meant to sit, you can enjoy that same feeling just the same way.
Yeah, that's true.
When I took that Himalayan off-road down in Florida, I was just like expecting what I expect, which is a slow, lumbering little thing, but you're just like, and just letting it slide all over the place, and like it was a blast.
You take me back to the 40 to 80 pull of that Himalayan.
Yes.
It's just great.
Yes. So it's like one of the things where, like, I think it will give you the same feeling because that's the characteristic of the engine type. I just think it's going to be at a different, like if it's a Scoville scale, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this is like level 2, whereas the R6 is like level 9.
Yeah, no, I get that. I the only thing I worry about is if it's like an inline 4 and it rides like an inline 4 and it has a noticeable power hit halfway through the rev range. Like, dude, I remember riding my old R6 and it felt like it went from a 250 to a liter bike, and those are the two options. It didn't even feel like it.
I think Ghost put in there. It's going to be looking around 76 to 79 horsepower.
That's super close to the... Hold on, what's the R7?
That's strong.
76.
Yeah, that's strong.
The R7 has 76 horsepower?
For a 400, that's strong.
A 400 has the same horsepower as an R7?
That's strong. My guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe because so when I rode the R7 on track, I was fine.
I would assume we're the R6, the R7.
The R7 has 70 horsepower.
So like,
this has.
I would assume this
6
bike
to
would
9
have
horsepower more than the R7.
Can you find it? 48 torque. So it's probably got about twice the torque. I would assume this bike. I haven't looked at the numbers. I would assume it's been between like 20 and 30.
Huh.
So. That's
okay. I will say when I did the track day of the R7, at no point was I like, man, I wish I had more power. I felt the whole time like, man, I wish I was better. So like that was my thought process. And I said the R7 was a phenomenal track day bike, which I agree. I still think so.
Yeah.
But I think this bike would be way more fun than an R7 just because you get to rev the shit out of it. And that's part of the experience for me, like wanting to do a track day. That's kind of where my head's at with that.
Yeah, I think with that kind of ratio, you might even notice that hit in the power band even more.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to have a...
I didn't realize it had... How the hell did they get that much power out of an inline 4, though?
It's an inline 4, baby.
What are you, like an inline 4 stand now? Like, woohoo, it's inline 4, baby.
Let's see. Max power for the R7. Oh, it just went away. Okay. Oh, there it is. Max power for the R7, 66 at 8,600.
Really?
45 foot-pounds at 6,300.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, that is fascinating. So if that number is correct about the HP on the Ninja Ghost, then that's gonna. I feel like that'd be even more fun because you're gonna have a more noticeable change in the power characteristic once you hit the power band.
If those are the numbers for the ZX-4RR, how are the numbers for the ZX-6RR not disgustingly high?
I don't know. That's a good question for Kawasaki, whom we don't talk to.
I'm just like, how are you? Yeah, I know. Kawasaki, have a conversation with me. I love your motorcycles, and I don't get an opportunity to ride them as much.
Yeah.
Unless Mountain randomly gets them. That's That is super interesting to me that they're able to extract that much power out of an inline four.
Like I said,
wonder what the longevity is going to be like.
It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
I know it doesn't matter for its core use.
All of these things, it's like the more I listen to it, the more I know exactly who this is for. It is not for the average Joe. This is a bike for teams, or somebody who wants to do nothing but track days and have a bike and doesn't mind spending the money.
Yeah,
because otherwise they can just go buy. If they're just doing track days for fun or whatever, you're probably not going to buy a $10,000 race bike.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you're doing the track days for fun, you're not going to do that.
You're not going to spend
you're not going to spend $10,000.
You're going to invest as little as possible to get the most out of it.
Right.
So you're probably going used bike, even if it's a smaller displacement. You're probably going used, or something that is a sport bike, and then you put rear sets and shit like that on it.
I think I think the issue that I'm having is that I love the idea of this bike, and it fits this kind of void in my motorcycle like that I own really well. I just can't afford $10,000, so I think I'm upset about that. Yeah. And I don't want to get some like clapped out Gixxer and go to a track day with it. You know?
We've said this before several times over the past several years, and it is that the idea of a small displacement track day sounds like a hoot.
Yeah,
I've never ridden on a track, ever. Never.
Really?
Yep.
Would you want to though?
I mean, on a low displacement, I have no desire to fucking eat shit on the side of I don't want to go through 100 yards of grass on a track chase.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
At 100 miles an hour.
Let me tell you, you have no idea how tight your butt can clench.
My butt was tight watching the video. Okay, so like I don't want to do that, but
the problem with track days though is like, so you're like,
there are two things I want to do the next like year or two.
Okay,
and that is a track day on a smaller displacement.
Okay.
And I want to do dirt training, like dirt bike training. I want to...
Man, Ghost, if there's only some sort of dirt bike training that was being offered somewhere...
our fam's going to do it.
Ghost is going.
The Honda one?
Yeah. I don't know if it's Honda one.
Yeah, we're going to get the kiddo out there, too.
Holy shit.
Dirt training. There you go. That is what I need to do that.
Yeah. I want to so like I want to do something.
I want to do those things too.
I want to do something similar to the slide school, but for like trail riding on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to get, I would like to do more track days in general, not even for a channel thing, like not to go on the channel. Like I just want to do like a track day just because it is fun to be in a situation like a track day where you can literally just haul balls. You get to the limit of yourself so much faster.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully you never get to the limit of yourself riding on the street. That would be idiotic, but inevitably somebody does that. Yeah. Overall, I think this is going to be a really unique, fun little bike. I don't know how many they'll sell.
I can't wait to see it in juniors.
Yeah, I mean, the more we talk about it, the more it's just like this is most certainly a homologation bike so that they can use it for racing, which, I mean, part of that makes me sad. I'm going to be honest. It sucks that they have these motorcycles that don't make any financial sense for an everyday person to buy.
Yeah.
$10,000's a lot of cash. On top of that, so let's just pretend you have a kid, not a racer kid, a regular kid, wants to start riding or wants to do track days. He has to buy, and he wants this bike specifically. He's got to buy a $10,000 bike. You got to buy a $500,000 suit. You got to buy
I'm sorry, did you say
a $500 to $1,000 suit. You got to buy a decent helmet because you're going to be on the track, so that's another $500. You got to buy nice boots and nice gloves. Those are a couple $100 each. Bro, you're at $15,000. You hadn't got to the track. Once you get to the track, you got to buy your tires because you're going to roll through them probably. You got to get gas. You got to get transport there.
It sounds like Chase is starting to understand why a lot of these racers have sponsors.
Dude, the amount of money doing just track days alone cost, it makes me sad.
Yeah.
But there's like no way to make it
like
cheaper.
You're out loud vocalizing
how mad I am.
Why they do the things they do to get the money they get.
It's also one of those things like I want to do this, but I am also like I said, there's a time thing. But like even if I had the time, I'm a pretty frugal guy, and I would have a hard time convincing myself to do a track day. You know what I mean?
It's money that like you could have spent it on something else.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
I do this every time I spend a lot of money, and I go, man, I could have bought more food. Like,
what an adult thing to say.
Instead, I bought this dumb motorcycle.
I know. In my head, I'm like,
yeah, right.
Man, I could have.
Well, I bought my Black Magic, and I hit the checkout.
Camera.
I hit the checkout button, and as soon as my finger goes click, I go, man, I could have done so much other stuff with it.
I don't think about that with camera stuff because I'm like, well, I'll use them for the production, and the production makes money. That's fine. But like, exactly, every track day is a king. And I'm like, could have maxed out my 401k or something. Shit.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. So it's not for me because I'm not a person that does a lot of track days. And even if I did a track day, it would be a thing of like a novel thing to do for me, not a thing that I would like. So the flat track thing, I enjoyed it. Yeah. It was fun, but it's not for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not my. It's
well, there spoils the video.
Well, no, it was a load.
People got to get an hour and a half into a podcast. I'm pretty sure
the video will give you more in depth and
why it's not for you.
Well, and also what I got from it because I did get a lot from it, but not for me.
Yeah. I would almost guarantee
racing is one of those things where like I'll enjoy this for the time being.
A track day is going to be so not you though.
Yeah,
because like it's momentary intense riding for a few laps, and then you get off and you're like, holy shit, and you're like nerves are all over.
I live my life like that. I drive Atlanta traffic for 3 hours a day. I'm already living that life. I don't need it.
No, I get that. Hopefully we'll be able to do a track day. Like hopefully we can set something up somewhere and do a track day. The only problem is like to do a track day, okay, now you need a suit, now you need all the gloves and the boots. Like it's so expensive even if you wanted to just do one. So it doesn't even make sense to do one because like you're going to invest $2,000 into gear and then do one track day.
Again, you're saying the things out loud that are the reason
I know,
that
I'm
they
just
have
mad.
sponsors.
I'm just mad about it. Okay, so final thoughts on the ZX-4.
Here's my final thought. Give me my camera.
Oh, so excuse me.
It's pretty cool.
I wanted to leave it on you.
I know. I was going to do it. I was going to let it
And I knew you were just going to look at him in the face.
You know, in that game of chicken, I'm never moving.
Jesus. So Nick with the Beau face. That's perfect. Putting those member emojis to work.
Nice.
So I think my final thought is I'm sadly understanding now because I didn't come into this with an understanding of the homologation bike things. I had heard of that, but I think I got so excited about this bike I didn't even really consider that. I'm really excited for this bike, and I don't think it's going to on the streets get the attention it as a machine could deserve.
On paper, it looks like it needs a lot of love.
Price gone.
Yeah.
I am so excited about this thing. Yeah. I love everything. And then you put the price in, and I'm like, everything. The glass is just broken. Yeah. So that being said, Kawasaki, I would love to loan one of these from you.
Yeah.
So if Kawasaki is listening, which they probably aren't, but if they are, you never know. We said that about Harley, and now we got a sports dress in the shop. So I'll put this out in the world. Kawasaki, you let me borrow a ZX-4RR. I'll find some track days. I'll make some content. I would be excited. I still am very excited to hear one of these things fly past a camera.
The sound's going to be fun.
The sound is going to be awesome. Can't wait for that. All right. That's it for primary topic. Now we get to do another news segment.
So I'm gonna pull a small audible.
Okay.
Because last week I went a little hard in the paint.
Okay.
And you just kind of followed along. I want to see how Chase does on his feet. You're taking the reins on this one this week.
But you're the angry guy.
No, we're gonna I want to see it. I want to pull this part of you out into the open. I want to see if you can do it.
I already had the stress of having to do the.
Nope. This is it.
Okay. So for our new segment, it's called Roast My Ride. If you guys would like to submit your own motorcycles, you can over on the Discord. It's all in good fun. Beau roasted me hardcore one time because I wore a rainbow headband, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of like, that shit was so funny. Let's see what happens.
And like Roast My Ride, it's all in good fun. I mean, I've got my Bolt right behind the screen right now.
Worst case scenario, we'll just roast your Bolt. All right. So we have an intro card thing, right?
Roast My Ride!
Oh, we don't change it? Okay.
We don't
All right, we're here. So here's the fun part. With Roast My Ride, right here is the chat, so you guys feel free to roast along with us. Okay. I'm going to pull these images up on my screen. Okay, so
from Hawk.
This is from Hawk22, who is in the chat, I think.
Nice.
So I feel terrible about this. God, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I love the blue screen on the side and how it doesn't even match the green. It
definitely looks like he took dials off of several different washing machines and put them onto a dash.
It does.
It looks very handmade.
You know what this looks like? It looks like one of those Japanese or Chinese ripoffs of a dash where they grabbed pieces of multiple dashes and were like, "This make good bike."
This definitely gives me like the exercise bike vibe, like the old school exercise bikes, like the old ones had like the belt drive. Oh, in chat, let me know. Like the old exercise bikes, they had the little speedometer on them that was tied to the wheel.
I know this is Roast My Ride, but the fact that this thing has a gas gauge is kind of shocking.
Yeah,
if I'm gonna be honest,
fascinating actually.
I do.
Which bike did you steal it off of?
Yeah, it's probably not even stolen off a motorcycle. This is stolen off of like an old car.
Yeah.
That has like a terrible dash.
It's definitely got like old Honda car dash vibes.
I do love the fact that they expect the rider to go 170 miles an hour. I don't feel safe on any motorcycle going 170, much less something out of the 70s or whenever this thing came out.
Yeah. Man, you gotta love that old plastic.
Yeah,
like there's a look about old plastic.
I gotta say, I don't know how old this bike is, but the plastic, at least
it's not sun-baked.
It's not sun-baked, so obviously somebody cared about it. But the plastic on the outside versus the inside looks like we might have had a plastic replacement at some point.
Hold on that thought, because it definitely doesn't look like something.
Oh, okay. So Hawk has clearly disassembled this thing.
And in the grand scheme of taking parts from other bikes, what in the fucking four-tone is going on with your luggage system? He's got the Donkey Doug special on the top.
Yes,
and he looks like he stole the caps off of the other.
That's hilarious. Bike. Yeah, you've got. It looks like the top middle rack on the luggage was matched to the bike, and then the outside piece was like, "Hey, we'll grab the silver piece," but it matches the frame. Maybe it's an advanced matching that our brains can't even comprehend.
I feel like this whole bike. This is a perfect image for this bike because he's actually getting ready to switch out the plastics to those of another bike.
So it's continuing its evolution of motorcyclage. I love the fact that the top case looks like a damn Pelican.
No, that's it. That from now on, that's the Donkey Dog special. Yeah. All right. The next one we've got is same Hawk. This is it put together, but also missing the windshield. And now I see that there's reflectors in between the two different color of shells.
How do you not see the reflector though? Like that thing is the same size as the headlight.
What is going on with the turn signal?
Oh, that's what I mean. The turn signal.
The turn signal looks like the.
Wait, is there a turn signal inside of a yellow casing?
Yeah, dude. This is
this is like the turn signal has a protective barrier.
It looks like the antennas on modern cars. You know, they sit on top.
Yes, absolutely.
As if it was designed by a person who's from the '60s. It looks suspiciously like a hood ornament to like a Fairlane.
it does look huge. Look at the seat though. The seat looks.
What in the baseball mitt is going on with your seat, bud?
Bro, that thing looks like it came out of like a 1960s Goldwing. Holy shit.
That's what they used to make baseball gloves out of. It's just seat cushion.
Recycled mitts. Yeah, they just like, this isn't going to work for the hand.
I love the fact that he's got the ASV levers on it, though. You got to have something nice.
Hey, I've got this ASV levers on my
That's what I'm saying. You got
my MT10.
The juxtaposition between that and the rest of this.
Hawk has two mentalities. He's like, all right, anything I touch has got to be great. Anything on the outside.
You might have ADD, bud. The value of this bike has skyrocketed because you took off the windshield and put on a smart sticker, though. So
that is true. The bike almost looks like it could come this way, like this. Like he bought the naked version.
This is the smart bike.
The smart balls. Smart balls.
Yep.
Oh, he said the top case is a Pelican case.
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh, is that like it has to be?
It's the Donkey Dog special, man.
Actually, and now that we see a different lighting, I can now see that the red on the cases is indeed nowhere close to the red that the actual motorcycle is.
That's what I'm fucking saying, man.
I that would make me lose my mind if reds didn't match, because red is such like a
your bike is giving me anxiety.
Especially all the bugs that are
Donkey
gonna
Dong
have to.
Doug.
Yeah,
that's the Donkey Dong Doug specs.
Oh my God, we have a donkey sound.
That's hilarious.
That's also terrifying. He was not having a good day at all.
All right, and as all of those were from Hawk 22. Bud, we love you.
Absolutely.
And those side cases are supposed to be top cases, so we put top cases on the side. I know exactly what they are now. Now that I see that and you've said that, I know exactly what they are. I see them all the time. That's just like the scooter cases. You know what I mean?
No shot. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's
so that means they're huge then, because there's no top case that's
thick.
Not massive.
They're thick. Yeah.
Okay.
So as a small bonus, we got another one here.
Oh, no, this is great. This is Andy's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Andy was like, I'm going to take my regular KTM and I'm going to start fucking with people. So if they're on one side of the bike, like, oh, cool, we got the whole, orange and white. They go to the other side.
Yeah.
Is that the same fucking bike?
Theme. There's a theme with all these photos, and it's just like, hey, did you have two bikes and decided to make one?
It looks like he just smashed two bikes. You're like, hey, I'm going to grab the frame off this one. I got this top fairing over here. This is going to be great.
Little Bastard is an appropriate moniker to put on that.
That is 100% a good moniker. I think that Andy needs to go full bore with this.
Yes.
And wheels, fairing, and frame, everything.
Reverse.
One side white.
I was literally
orange.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I don't, this is not something you just fuck with.
Yeah.
If you're
going to commit, I'm actually more upset that you're not as committed as we have just decided you should be.
Actually, that's what I'm going to shit on him about. How dare you show me this photo and it's not full commit? I want this to be so committed that if he passed a cop and speeding, and the cop was coming after him, and he went all the way to the other side of the lane, the cop would have no idea who he was.
It's a different guy entirely.
That's orange bike. It was white previously. I don't need that guy.
It's like, yeah, he may be dressed the same.
Yeah,
with the same helmet.
Okay, if you do that, make sure to wear nothing but black gear.
Yeah,
also just in general, just don't do that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing this bike in person on the little ride we went on, and I was like, It did the eye thing. I looked at. Is it raining? I'm scared to take my ears. Yeah, I live here. I'm just gonna unplug these headphones. Right. Yeah. When I first saw it, I rode in on the side of it, and then I parked on the other side, and I was like, oh, I guess whatever. It's a KTM thing, whatever. And then I'm like, wait, it's two things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing fucked with me the first time I saw it.
Full commit, bud.
Yeah, full commit. For commit or nothing. That's what we do here. We full commit.
You good?
I just wanted.
Just to give it a little jiggle so that it can unsuction.
Okay, I got it.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I feel so much safer
If
now.
you give it a little jiggle and then you take it out, then it won't have suction. You're gonna break the seal, bud.
Oh, well. Your laugh sounded exactly like fucking Michael Scott, and I don't know if I loved it or hated it. All right, guys, that's it for episode 2 of season 3 of Live on Two Wheels. If you guys were here live with us, we appreciate you. All of you new members, woohoo! We got members now. We're excited. You guys, if you want to support the show, make sure to grab a membership or go over to WBR Garage, grab a membership there, do whatever the hell you want. We just appreciate the support.
You do. Do.
I'm still sad about the ZX-4RR. Probably going to continue to be sad.
I know a bike that'll cheer you up.
What? The one over there? That bike does cheer me up. All right, guys. Tune in next week where I'll actually be able to tell you what that bike is.
Nice.
And I won't fuck up. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit the like button while you're here. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see y'all next week, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, for another shit show of a show. Hooey, bye. What?